Islam is a universal and monotheistic religion. Islam, divine revelation, is a monotheistic religion of spiritual truth, inner light, love, human fraternity, social justice, open to all races and all peoples without distinction, to the men and women of all countries and all ages, whatever the degree of their knowledge and the importance of their fortune. It implies faith in one and absolute God and in the mission of his envoy, Muhammad, peace and blessing of Allah be upon him, that he has chosen for the transmission of his message, Quran. This universal and permanent message of liberty, equality, fraternity, charity, peace, monotheism in the purest form, demands a priori from man his unconditional submission to God and his total abandonment to his will. This is the etymological meaning of the word Islam. It can be summed up in a few words. There is only one God. Muhammad, peace and blessing of Allah be upon him, is an envoy of God. Islam is therefore a monotheistic and universal religion. The religion of Islam. The pure doctrine of Islam is the last heavenly religion, and that is why it turns out to be the most perfect. With the advent of this religion, previous religions are abolished because the perfect excludes the unfinished. Islam was transmitted to man through our dear Prophet Muhammad ibn Abdullah. This door of happiness and salvation was only open to men when human societies had passed the stage of ignorance and inexperience. That is to say, when they were ready to receive the message and the supreme teaching of the Lord, when they were able to put into practice the high divine precepts. Also, Islam brought truths, knowledge worthy of the understanding of the man, clairvoyant, and his privileged morality. He has prescribed to man duties which enable him to organize his individual and social life. From this point of view, Islam is a universal and eternal religion. By observing a series of moral and practical rules, a set of beliefs, man assures his happiness in this life and in the other. The rules of Islam are such that any individual and any human society that observes them can acquire the best conditions of life and the most complete human perfection. The Islamic religion distributes its good effects equally. Every individual of any society, big or small, learned or ignorant, man or woman, white or black, Western or Eastern, can benefit from the advantages, the privileges of this doctrine pure and completely satisfy his needs. Indeed, Islam based its instruction and its rule on creation. It takes into account the needs of all humans and seeks to satisfy them. For him, the nature and structure of man do not differ from one individual to another, from one race to another, because it is obvious that human society, from east to west, belongs to the same family, to the same species. That is to say, all its members come from the human species, whether large or small, learned or ignorant, men or women, white or black, etc. They have a common basic physical constitution. Similar needs even if they are of a different race and their neighbors descend from that same family and, therefore, certainly inherit their needs and requirements. Therefore, Islam is a doctrine that satisfies the real and natural needs of man. By its content, it is enough for everyone, and we can say that it will always remain alive. That is why the Lord Almighty calls Islam the religion of the divine nature and invites people to keep human nature alive. Great religious figures have declared that Islam is a conciliatory religion that does not show itself to be harsh on man. The importance of Islam for the well-being of man. Religion occupies a privileged place in relation to other social methods and ideologies. In a similar way, Islam occupies a privileged position vis-a-vis other religions. Also, Islam asserts itself the most useful of the ideological ways for the human society. This fact can be proved through a comparison between Islam and other religions and social methods.